Alrighty. Good day to all you glorious Rascallion Resonators, you absolute legends. My name is FOXSOL. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to some more Wuthering Waves. And today's discussion topic of choice is about making mistakes in this game. And in all honesty, why it's good for you. This should come to, I'll be honest, this should come to a lot of people with common sense. You know, hey, look, this is common sense knowledge. However, I still think it's a good topic to discuss. And if you're interested, take a seat, grab a cold one, kick your feet up, relax, the bar's open, and it's time for a discussion. Alrighty, so like I stated, we are discussing about making mistakes, especially here in Wuthering Waves. Whether that is you spent, money on, in general on the wrong bundles, whether that is you built, your echoes wrong, whether, you spent too much of your resources building into the wrong, kit, the wrong kit first. These are mistakes that, you can commonly go onto pretty much any YouTube video there is or any Reddit posting and, get this information firsthand from someone else who already has either made the mistakes or knows better than you, and you can, avoid these types of mistakes. However, as experience in my life has gone ahead and taught me, sometimes making these mistakes on your own is a better, I guess you could say, a better reflex for future, for the future. What I mean by that is that if you make this mistake, not being told about the mistake, but you make this mistake, in general, you will always remember that mistake and you will always make sure you correct it. And not all mistakes are, truly that bad. You learn from them. You can learn different things. Whether you accidentally built the wrong echo set on someone, which I don't know how you would do that in a sense, but let's just say you built your GM with fusion echoes rather than aerial echoes, and you didn't know better. Well, guess what? After testing around and working on things, you'll learn. You will learn. Making mistakes in a game, whether it's Wuthering Waves, making mistakes in life, is part of growing up. It's part of, building up your knowledge database in your brain. And look, I don't care how old you are. I don't care if you're in your 20s. I don't care if you're in your 30s. I don't care if you're in your goddamn late fucking 60s. You can always learn from your mistakes. You can always learn something new. And that's where in this game, I actually, I respect people who make mistakes and learn from them. And, I think that that's the best route to go. Wuthering Waves, there's not really too much that can go wrong, in my personal opinion, making, mistakes. It's not going to drastically destroy things. I'm going to put it that way. It's not going to end up being the like, oh, well, you made this mistake, now you gotta live with it for the rest of your life type deal. You can always correct it. It may just take longer than you expected. And look, I've made mistakes in this game because I'm the type of person that, I don't like backseat gaming. I don't like taking the time to go do research. I like, with other people's information 9 out of 10 times. I like to learn on my own and do things on my own and test things, because future-wise, it gives me ideas for, different builds, different problems, and how to solve them in the future when they pop up. I'll tell you a quick story. I have in situations in my life made lots of mistakes, and I'm sure you too have made a lot of mistakes, and I've seen that firsthand to where I could go ahead and tell my son, who was like 4 years old at times, hey, don't go ahead and stick the goddamn fork in the fucking outlet. No, my kid does. He just looks at me, he's like, and then I walk away, come back around, guess what he's trying to do? He's trying to stuff it in the goddamn fucking outlet. After telling him 3, 4, maybe 5 times, guess what? I just sat there. I watched him. Go for it, Sam. You're going to learn the mistake, and you're going to learn it real well. He learned from a value that when he stuck it in there and he got shocked, because I knew it wasn't going to kill him, I just knew it was going to shock the shit out of him, that guess what? Fork does not belong in outlet. That's why I say, like, mistakes are really part of, you know, building up knowledge, building up information. And sometimes mistakes that you make actually can solve problems, if believe it or not. Sometimes you may mistakenly go ahead, crap, I put this fucking character on this team with my GN. Great. Now I got to play Diversity or whatever. And I can't switch out just yet. I don't want to switch out. Fuck, I'll just use GN. And then you accidentally swap over to that other character and you realize, well, wait a second. This works. This feels great. This is how we learn things. This is how people in general do things. This is why I don't like the mindset, and to be completely honest, of stopping people and calling people stupid because they're making some kind of a mistake in your eyes, because different solutions calls for, you know, different problems calls for different solutions. And sometimes, you know, different mistakes actually open up doors. I'm gonna put it that way. Sometimes you're going to make a mistake that will open up a different venture. You're going to realize, well, god damn, if I would have done this instead, I could have been able to get through this part a lot faster. So you know what? The next time they're going to have this type of event, I'm just going to do this. You know, hey, crap. It's like, how can I save money in WutheringWaves? You know, I spent like close to like $600 or whatever, probably $800 when the game first came out, and I got the GN banner. I got him summoned 6, even though I wasn't trying to summon for him. I was trying to summon for other characters, to be honest. But you know what? A friend of mine showed me something, and I used it, and come to find out it's a hell of a lot cheaper to use a fucking VPN to go ahead and spend money in this game, because the Japanese currency is so much fucking cheaper than, you know, instead of spending $100, I'm spending like fucking $82 to get a fucking the big package for, you know, Lunits. Sweet. So, you know, instead of it costing me $200 in the future, it's only going to cost me $160. And then it's cheaper and cheaper, so that way I could spend a little bit more money to go ahead and, you know, go for summons. There's different. I made that mistake. I should have listened, you know, but I didn't, you know, do it until I experienced it, until it hit my bank account. I still think that you should listen to people, don't get me wrong, but I think that you should also make these mistakes as you're going and learn from your mistakes. Not just have fun, because sometimes you discover things. I discovered several different ways of handling the Tower Adversity because I accidentally put the wrong characters on the wrong team, and I built different teams. I learned different things, different mistakes, you know, learn from my mistakes on how to beat the holographic bosses. When should I fucking do a switch out? How should I avoid this? Because I made many mistakes, and from there I've learned, oh, I need to do this at this point. That's all I'm getting at. So quick, simple, easy video. And you know, I don't expect too much commentary from this one from you guys in the comments, because like I said, this is common sense. It should be common sense, you know, whether you make mistakes even in echoes, you know, because you accidentally think that, you know, flat rate is better than percentages, which I'm not sure. Some people actually made that mistake, and we have to teach them. You learn over time, whether it's not, hey, look, how to save your resources. You didn't realize, you know, tuning, you know, an echo by 5 rather than doing, you know, a full 25 at one time actually could save you in resources over time. These are the type of mistakes that you will make, I will make, and it's just best to learn from them. And it's always good to go ahead and share that knowledge to others, even if they don't want to listen. Not just so you can tell them, hey, I told you so, but so that way it's on record, and that way for future purposes, you know, when other people say, yeah, I made that same mistake. Yeah, I made that same mistake. Maybe one generation here in the future may actually learn, you know what? People made these mistakes before. I'm just going to listen and be done. Alrighty, guys. Well, you have a good one. You take it easy. You know the drill. Keep it real. Keep it classy. Keep it jazzy. And above all else, you know, just have a good day wherever you're at. So, until next time, I'll catch you on the flip side. Have a good one. Goodbye.